OnlyFans has announced it's going to be banning sexually explicit material from October 1st, because that works so well for Tumblr.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
For those of you who don't know or who are pretending not to know because you're sat with your significant other, OnlyFans is a subscription service where people pay to get exclusive content, and nearly all of that content is adult in nature. They sent emails to all of the creators, including the handful of chefs on the site who are selling recipes, telling them that they would no longer be allowed to share extreme shots of their genitals or anus, which must have been a fun thing to get on a Monday morning. This would be like if Starbucks announced they were going to stop selling coffee and start selling videos of hand jobs. Which is a weird move, and it goes deeper than you think. Part 1. Why is OnlyFans blocking adult content? There are two reasons why this has happened. Firstly, the banks, namely Visa, MasterCard and PayPal, don't like the content being on the site, and they threaten to stop processing the payments. Secondly, OnlyFans has come under pressure to remove illegal, exploitative or underage material. The English Children Commission has said the site needs to do more to control underage material. In response, OnlyFans produced its first transparency report in July, where they said they found 15 accounts posting underage material, and they removed them all. They removed a total of 72,000 posts. Not all from the same 15 accounts. This isn't an online Epstein Island kind of situation. But much like a religious Christian who doesn't want to wear a condom, Visa and MasterCard still wanted to pull out. So OnlyFans' choices were to change the guidelines to appease Visa and MasterCard, or lose the ability to take payments, which would make their company worthless. So instead of trying to continue to support the creators who built the platform up, they decided to drop them in the bin and find a new way of bringing in money. Part 2. Has this happened before? Last December, Visa and MasterCard stopped processing payments to MindGeek, who, to say the least, own a few adult entertainment production studios and websites. They said Pornhub had too much revenge porn. That's basically porn uploaded by a former lover without the consent of everyone in that image or video. Personally, I think that one revenge porn video is too much, but it's nice to know that Visa and MasterCard have some ethics. Visa and MasterCard backed down, but only once they'd deleted millions of videos. But this should have been a red flag for the wider industry. Pornhub then started accepting crypto payments, and as always, porn drove innovation. PayPal also stopped accepting gun-related payments in 2002, but between researching and making this video, that page has been taken down off their website. So maybe it's under review. I don't know. Part 3. The larger problem. Payment processing companies have the power to decide what we can and can't buy, and by proxy, which companies can and can't exist. There's no oversight, there's no appeals process, and there's no democratic accountability.
Once more for the people at the back.
There's no oversight, appeals process, or democratic accountability. Every business relies on card payments, and it doesn't matter that most of the content on OnlyFans was legal. The processing companies can decide to not work with you, and you're screwed.
I'm Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, San Diego.
And go fuck yourself, Visa and MasterCard. Some people would argue this is just a private company doing what it wants in the free market. Only it's not. It's an oligopoly. Or in other words, a market which is dominated by a small group of large sellers. Part 4. An alternative option for OnlyFans. There were 3 alternatives available to OnlyFans other than changing their terms of service. They could have moved to an alternative payment platform. This new platform would likely be expensive and difficult to work with because that's how oligopolies work. And the government could shut them down anyway, even if all the content is legal but it's just defined as distasteful. Obama brought in Operation Choke Point, which I do admit sounds like a porno that should be on OnlyFans. This was meant to do exactly that for gun and payday loan companies. Option 2. OnlyFans could have started to accept cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Cumrocket and rebranded as OnlyBans. But the regulations are tight and is only expected to become tighter in the future. The government is actively encouraging the oligopoly by working against payment processing firms who will accept money for legal but distasteful products and services, while undermining cryptocurrencies.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
Option 3. They could create public digital payment processing systems, or PDPP for short. This is where the state creates digital wallets for every citizen and processes the payments between them. This has the upside that there'd be no more oligopoly, but the downside would be that the state would get to moderate and manage what you could and couldn't pay for.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it should be okay. I'm not too worried about it, really. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried at all.
Part 5. The creators. It's easy to make jokes at the expense of OnlyFans creators, if you're a monster. A lot of people have joined that site in the last 18 months, and as someone who's been actively trying to build my Patreon following, I can only respect the hustle for people who are now earning serious amounts of money from their online content. But these are people who've built a business on a platform, and they're either now going to lose that platform or try and find somewhere else to operate. And I can only hope that new place doesn't get shut down as well. There's a lot of talk of competitor sites launching, but that defeats the point, and it doesn't actually solve the underlying issues. I don't have a solution. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know what these creators are going through or how stressful it must be. I'm just highlighting the history and issues in selling adult content online and how the government or people who don't like it want to stop it. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, like it, and don't forget to subscribe as I make one new comedy video every single week. If you want to watch more videos from me, there'll be a couple of suggestions to my left. And if you want to support me, you can become an Internet Explorer via my subreddit or Patreon. Both of those are linked below. Godspeed, and I'll see you all next week.